Hello and thank you for joining me for another Alex on Tech and ITY video. I have with me today Brad Engstrom. He is the Senior Product Manager at VMware. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now today you had a colleague, Tom Cushing, speaking about some of your work that you're doing with Gemalto. But can you just start off by telling us a bit about your role and a bit about Tom's role at VMware?
Right. So I'm Product Marketing Manager for our SDDC, which is our software-defined data center stack. So my job is essentially to bring in our new technology to Australia. So we release it globally, but there's always different customer segments, different channel strategies. So I do the adaptation and get it ready for our customers here.
Sure. And a bit about Tom's role?
So Tom is a senior cloud engineer, so technical. And so he's working a lot with our cloud providers, VCP program, and also with the new offering, which is VMware on AWS.
So what were the major takeaways of Tom's presentation today that you want people watching this to really go home with?
Well, if you looked at that, it gives you another option for moving to the cloud. So you've been running your workloads, on VMware infrastructure, in your own data centers for a long time, but you really want that scalability, elasticity of the cloud. So now you have a way of taking those workloads without refactoring them, moving them to the cloud and running them there. Now you can have the same operational consistency as you did on-prem, but with the scalability and elasticity of cloud, and to be right next to native Amazon resources that you're doing with new projects. So it gives you a third place to put workloads.
And what's the tie-in with Gemalto for those who aren't going to watch the full video with Tom afterwards?
Well, so we are a platform play. So we want to give a platform for you to build your applications. And then you can take that platform from on-prem to AWS. You can move things with consistent operations into Azure. We're doing things with Google. So that's a platform play. Gemalto's also a platform play. So you can say, I'm going to have a certain model for enforcing security, and I want to be able to take that on-prem to cloud to Azure to different locations. So it allows you to decide once how you're going to do your operations, and then choose your location where it makes sense. And
how do you find Australians are doing all of this compared to other regions in the world that you've traveled?
I've been in Australia for 20 years, even though the accent just sticks with me. I've worked in Europe and I've worked in the United States. What I really like about working in Australia and New Zealand is willingness to adopt new things. So
we're famous for that.
We are famous for that, and it's not just hearsay. It is actually true. You go and talk to them, they go, okay, we'll give it a try, and so we end up actually launching things in a practical sense before the U.S. sometimes, because Australian companies are willing to try new things.
And then they get the learnings from us and know what to do and what not to do, and makes life easier for everybody concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
So what else has really struck you about the cloud and deployments and just the state of IT in 2018?
So the thing is, lots of people have a go-to-cloud strategy. Everyone's at a different stage of that.
Sure. Some people haven't started yet, incredibly, in 2018.
Some people haven't started. Everyone's thought about it, right?
Absolutely.
If you're a CIO, you better have a cloud strategy.
And I'm sure that smaller companies, I'm sure the big companies have had pressure now for some time, but...
Yeah. So what I find now compared to 4 years, so I've been doing cloud for a while, is that people are more realistic. They go, let's move everything to the cloud. It's not that practical. There's lots of things which don't move easily to cloud, or you could move them and they're just too expensive to do that refactoring. So let's be practical about these things, saying these kind of workloads make great sense in the cloud, run beautifully. These I'm going to keep on-prem and I'm going to run that really efficiently. These will do something else with. So be able to be a bit more nuanced in your plans is, I think, a hallmark of 2018.
Well, that makes sense, and that's sort of kind of a logical progression of, that whole Gartner hype cycle and curve where everyone's excited, and then there's that plateau.
Exactly.
The overexcited expectations are sort of smashed a bit, and then you've got the reality setting in, and I guess even that cycle can be compressed. I mean, like down into 4 years rather than a longer time frame. Yeah.
So, look, you have to give it a try, right? You don't really know until you give it a try. So, we've gone through that phase. We've tried out. We're starting to learn. We have so many more options now. We have VMware, we have VMs, we have containers, we have OpenStack, we have clouds, we have native services, we have serverless. Well, it's a lot to take in, right? So everyone has to, spend some time understanding all of those options, where they make sense, and use them effectively.
And I certainly remember back in the year 2000 hearing about software as a service for the first time, and I mean, here we are in 2018 and it's so much more mature.
Oh, I mean, everyone uses it, right? It's just not even it's not even a question that you would decide I'm going to run all my CRM on-prem and all of our databases on-prem and storage on-prem. There's so many more options there. It makes a lot of sense. What we do find is in another part of our business where we talk about end user compute and identity management, which is security, is I might have 10 different places. Well, how do I make that easy for my users? So, single sign-on, single identity, single way to roll out applications so that you can change and say, I'm going to run this in SaaS. It used to be on-prem. I'm going to run this over in this cloud. But without users having to know that, that's really important.
So given the amount of change we've seen just in the last 18 years, if we were to look in the crystal ball, what do you predict might be happening in 2028?
In 2028,
10
in 10 years?
From now, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I know if you knew you'd be in the
That's
Bahamas,
a big call, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know what products I'm going to have in 10 years.
Exactly.
I think what we will see is more diversity of options. If you looked at cloud, I'll say 5 years ago, so you were in IT then, right? Remember
Absolutely.
cloud brokerage? And everyone was really excited about cloud brokerage, and they would like move your workloads from one cloud to another depending on which was cheaper, just on time of day, or maybe move them, follow the moon, and move them around.
I mean, that's a lot of data being moved as well.
It's a lot of
Could
data.
the network handle that?
And the fundamental idea around that was wrong was that they're all the same.
Yeah.
That you could go and pick any cloud and you get exactly the same service, so it's commodity.
Sure.
But over the last 5 years, the clouds have diverged more than they've converged. Sure, you can get a VM anywhere, but the services they're running and their goals, the goals of Google in cloud, the goals of Azure in cloud, the goals of AWS in cloud, are going away from each other.
Which is good.
Which is good, gives you more options. And I think in 10 years, we're not going to see some sort of convergence and everybody's in cloud. We're going to see really efficient on-prem infrastructure, especially for IoT, where you need that fast reaction time. And we're going to see lots of serverless IoT services, and you'll see ever more divergence and options, which means as an IT person, you just got to keep across all that.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's it. No napping over the next 10 years. You'll be very busy.
Yeah, no napping. Maybe on Sundays.
Yeah, that's it. So I like to just change gears as we get towards the end of our interview and simply ask if you can share some of the best advice you've received in life to help you get where you are today.
I think that one of the things that got started early on is, to be a generalist.
Yeah.
So, look, you need experts.
Sure.
But understanding the whole broad IT ecosystem and understanding the underpinnings of all of it. So it's one thing to know a networking product. Well, that product's going to be gone in 5 years easily. But if you understand network underneath, then that product makes sense, the next one makes sense. So take the time to learn the underpinnings of all the different things you're getting involved with, and that'll just make, the products come and go, but the fundamentals stay the same.
If you're a jack of all trades, you can avoid being the master of the one that got obsoleted.
Yeah, or you could go into AI and make $1 million a year, right?
If only that was the case, yeah?
Yeah.
So what's your final message to IT Wire viewers and readers and to your current and future customers and partners?
What I was saying earlier, you're getting more and more options. Just keep on top of it. Don't make a plan and say, this is the way I'm going to do it, and say, that's my 5-year plan, because that is going to be changing really rapidly, and be ready to pivot and go, bang, actually new way of doing this, better, let's follow that, and just be flexible.
Well, Brad, thank you very much for your time, and good luck with the rest of the conference.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.